Hey, forever beautiful. I almost said the other name. Why is my camera not right? Let's try this. Okay, I almost said the other name, but I'm getting into the habit of saying forever beautiful. Okay, now before we get into this video, and it's gonna be a story time, another one. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so that you're privy to every single video that I upload, y'all. Okay, so this is gonna be a story time, and it's kind of a spin-off from the last one, okay? Not so much a continuation of, but definitely a spin-off. Now, this is going to be about my, um, well, hopefully y'all are having an amazing day. Let me not forget that part. Y'all are being productive and safe, okay? Now I can get into it. So, this is going to be about my grammar school boyfriend, and yeah, we were 13 at the time when we first started talking, right? And this went from 13 to 14. I'm getting ready to graduate the next year, right? So I'm 14. And it was the same routine with us every single day. We talked at school, um, lunch, outside when it was over with, time to go home. And I don't care where I was in that school, when that bell went off, he came to find me. Okay? And so he would grab me, grab my bag, and he would carry my bag home, walk me home. And our pattern would always be, now we would always be outside of my house, maybe talking. Um, a lot of times we would go to the school, back up to the playground or whatever. If our buddies were up there, we hung out with them or whatever, caught up with each other's day, that kind of stuff, right? So if that wasn't it, then we would be at his house. Now, we were always just on the front porch talking or whatever, laughing, joking. You know how kids do. So this day, his mother came home from work, and she was like, "What are y'all doing?" Ain't spoke. Hey, y'all, how you feeling? What you got going on? And none of that. What are y'all doing? We're sitting on the front porch talking. That's what I wanted to say, but I'm not that disrespectful or rude. Okay, so like just talking. She was like, okay, now I got to give him a name. Um, we're gonna call him Slick Rick because he definitely thought he was. Okay, and she was like, all right now, Slick Rick. I told you I don't want nobody in my house when I'm not here. He was like, Mama, ain't nobody been in your house. She was like, okay, I'm just saying. So we went on about our day. And 9 times out of 10, we would just be hanging out, talking. We'd go get something to eat or whatever. Anyway, so this day, we were at his house. His mother wasn't there, but he figured he gonna get smart, right? And we go upstairs. Now, it started out innocent at first. And then, the kissing, touching, rubbing, and all of this. And, people get worked up. So we ended up going to his room. Now, got comfortable in there. And then the next thing that happened shocked my system. He goes down on me. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he was like, let me do what I'm doing. He said, don't worry about it. What you mean, don't worry about it? I'm a part of it too. I got to worry about it. Anyway, so he goes, and he goes, and he goes some more. I didn't stop him. I actually enjoyed it. I said, okay then. And then when that was done, and he never pressed me to do anything, right? So we get done and, get cleaned up, whatever. Now it's time to go. So he walks me home. Now, I said, okay. I said, I really, really enjoyed myself. I'm talking to myself at this point because he long gone. I'm like, what the, you know, what was he thinking? You know, I liked it a lot. I really liked it. Anywho, so next day, as usual, the same routine. Walk me home. We leave back out. Da 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 da. Ended up going to his house again. Now this was becoming a routine too. And this went on for a long time. Do you hear me? For months. He never pressed me. He never said, well, can you? And he didn't press me for sex or anything. And I really was appreciating that. I said, okay, then. So um, now we get to this point. Yeah, now it's time. Okay. And we get over there, same routine. And then actually, so now I am hot and bothered by this. Okay, we can't keep doing this and ain't nothing else happening. I never pushed it though, but it was the feeling. You know, we move off of feelings a lot of times, right? Anywho, so he did his thing, and now we're gonna see what's really real. That was good. Let's see if this gonna be good too. Okay, so we get going, and like, yeah, I didn't appreciate it too much. The head was good, but the other thing was shy. I'll just say that. Okay. Yeah, I ain't like it too much. I'm like, oh we. Now at this point, I'm trying to remember. Oh, I had lost my V card already. You know, so I know what it should have been and what it should have felt like. Not that everybody is the same, because we know they are not, right? But the first piece of action that I got, oh yeah, I was really appreciating that. I'm just saying. I really appreciated that. I was like, man, why this can't be like that? But anywho, it wasn't good. I ain't like it at all. As a matter of fact, he was a preemie. Okay, and for y'all that don't know what preemies are, minute man. Okay, a minute man. Not happening. So now, I'm like, is this what it's gonna be all the time? I ain't want that. I didn't like it, and I wasn't gonna subject myself to it. Now, but the other thing, you can do this all day, every day. And it happened, okay? But anywho, so now let's move forward. Let's get to some meat, okay? Because that wasn't really a piece of it at all. Anywho, now this day, um, so usually we would talk, and if he wasn't already, we weren't already together because he had to go home for whatever reason or had something to do, then he'll call me and be like, "Well, I'm on my way. I'm about to come and get you." I'm like, "Okay." So he called, and this day, I'm like, it's taking him a long time. How come he ain't got here yet? I'm trying to figure out what the problem is. So I'm going back and forth to the window. I'm looking. I don't see him. I'm looking off the back. I don't see him. It's like, where's this dude at? Anyway, I said, I'll tell you what. I know how long it takes for him to get to me from his house. We only stayed a few blocks from each other. So let me go and see what the problem is. So I leave out, going around the corner to the school, then I'm walking through the playground, and then get on the side of the building. And who do I see? Him, Slick Rick. He had that name for a reason, okay? So he talking to this girl, and her and her family had just moved over there. They had just transferred to the school and all of this. Now, I didn't know the bride, okay? And her sister didn't know the bride either. All I know is y'all knew. You don't know her. Why are you talking to her? So I walked up, and I'm like, what's going on? Because I needed to know. He was like, oh, I'm just talking to my friend. That's not your friend. You don't even know her. Okay? Nah, let me get some background. So, I'm thinking that, he done got wind of, me talking to other people, because I'm telling y'all, after I lost my V card, I was on a rampage. Do you hear me? He just wasn't part of it. Now, um, I think he was feeling some kind of way. He had to get wind of it. He had to. Anyway, you standing back here talking to this bride, and I'm looking like, he was like, oh, let me just finish up with her real quick. And I'm standing there looking, because I wasn't going nowhere. But you're not gonna keep telling me just hold on, just wait a minute, and I'm trying to take care of something. You don't know her. I couldn't imagine what you had to take care of. Anyway, I stood there for a little bit, but it seemed like this conversation was never ending. and don't seem like we're gonna get to where we supposed to be. I didn't appreciate it. So I'm getting pissed. I'm talking about the smoke. Do you hear me? I was blowing a stack. And I'm looking like just disrespectful. So I'm pissed at this point. And I told him, I said, I'm gone. He was like, wait a minute, hold on. No, you do what you're doing. I'm gone. So I ended up going around to my friend's house. Now, everybody it seemed like was going through something at the time, right? And we all would congregate at one house or the other. Now, or wherever we could be, because some of our parents didn't play that. You ain't about to be in their house, and they're not there. So same thing. Go back to what his mother said. Anyway, I go around the corner to my friend's house. Now, this is where everybody was, the crowd, my crew. And they're just in the living room, got music playing or whatever. They going over, I guess, steps and mindsets of what they went through that day, the day before, whenever it was. Anyway, get in there. And they was like, where's Slick Rick at? I'm like, I don't know where the fuck he at. I don't even care. And they was like, oh shit, what happened? So I told them, they was like, oh, he bogus. We gonna whoop his ass and, all this stuff. I'm like, it ain't that serious. I'm done with him. And it was like, you gonna be, yes, I am. Whatever y'all choose to do with y'all ain't got nothing to do with me. I'm telling y'all, I'm done. So I goes in the room, in my friend room, and I'm just sitting on the bed and I'm bawling. Do you hear me? My feelings are so hurt. And yeah, I'm strong and I'm this, that, and the third, mentally, emotionally, and all of that. But I'm saying at the same time, you cannot just do people like that. You spend all this time with somebody, you never expect for this to happen, but it don't mean that it won't. Okay? Anywho, so I'm sitting there, I just want to be by myself. I don't want to talk to them right now. I want to see them. I don't want to do nothing. So now it's a knock on the door. I'm thinking it's another one of us. It was him, Slick Rick. Anywho, my friend came and she was like, Slick Rick at the door. Here I go. I don't give a fuck where he at. I don't want to see him. I don't want to talk to him and all of that. So she go back and tell him she really don't want to talk to you right now. I don't think this is a good time. And he was like, that's my woman and this, that, and the third. And I need to talk to her. And she was like, she don't want to talk to you. He came on in anyway, had to. And he was like, he said, what's going on? I said, you tell me. You was the one, of course, my tears done dried on up now because I ain't about to let you see me crying like that. So I said, you know what's going on. I said, you standing over there talking to this bride, da 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 da, like I wasn't even standing there and all this. I was going off, obviously, because of my feelings. Now he was like, I just was talking to her. I'm not on nothing like that. I don't like her and all of this nonsense. You know the bullshit that people say. And here I go, I said, well, clearly you wasn't trying to talk to me because you never even took a step like you was going in the same direction as me. So you do what you doing. I said, go and talk to her, go and be with her and all of this. He was like, you tripping, it ain't like that and all of this. Yeah, it never is. Anyway, I told him, you need to leave. I'm with my friends. That's where I'm going to be. Go and do what you're doing. So he ended up leaving. And, yeah, I was pissed. So now, obviously, it was awkward for him, not for me, because all of us hung out together all the time. Going wherever we went, wherever, whatever we were doing, just whatever. And he was always around. Now, my friends, I'm like, is this gonna be awkward for you? Is this gonna be weird? No, it's not, because I'm not about to black out on him. I ain't about to do nothing. I ain't got to be with him. I ain't got to talk to him. I ain't got to do nothing concerning him. So I was like, okay, if you cool, then we cool. So, we'll all be hanging out together, just a gang of us. Everybody coupled up and doing whatever they doing, talking and whatever, except for me and him. And then, of course, his buddies and them, just some jackasses. Dang, y'all good? Why y'all so far away from each other? Why y'all ain't talking to each other? I don't know what kind of conversation you had with your buddies now, but me and mine, we talked, we communicated all the time. So obviously some of them didn't know what was happening or whatever, but they put it together. It's not that hard to do. Okay, it's not difficult. Anyway, so I don't know. I guess it was something. I say that. I don't think it was too bad. But he tried multiple times to talk to me. I'm not interested. Don't talk to me. Because I don't know when you're going to come out another bag or when you're going to do this shit again. Okay? So, no. Anyway, it's safe to say that I was completely done. I didn't have nothing else for him. I didn't have nothing else with him. I didn't want to have nothing else to him, a conversation or none of that. I was over it. So one day, finally, he said, I guess he was feeling some kind of way again with the rumors, and he had to have heard something because this is what he said. He said, "What you got going on? I ain't got shit going on. What you got going on?" He said, "Have you been?" He said, "I know me and you, we wasn't even having sex at first, but you know, I heard. Okay, somebody told me. Don't it kill you when somebody always say, well, somebody told me coming to you, don't bring that bullshit to me. Whatever you heard, go with it." He said, "So you having sex with somebody else? You screwing somebody else?" I'm like, no. Of course I wasn't gonna tell him. I'm just saying. How does that look? You telling your boyfriend that you having sex with somebody else? He ain't never gonna appreciate it. And I could have because I was pissed off. And if I really wanted to throw it in his face and make him feel bad, I would have just said it. I could have just told him. But he was like, "Well, you ain't having sex with me, so you got to be having sex with somebody," and this, that, and the third. It was true. Now where we going? Okay. But of course, I didn't say that. I never purposely want to hurt somebody's feelings. I ain't gonna make you feel this low, okay? Because of whatever it is, whatever situation, whatever conversation, I don't care. I'm just, no. Anywho, so he was like, "So can I get another chance? Can I?" No, no, we ain't doing that, sir. I said, "We did this already. Let's just let it go. Let's leave it alone, okay?" So, I didn't see him again. It was a good while before I saw him. And I didn't even care. It didn't bother me that much. I could care less. Do you hear me? I couldn't. And it was a long time, like years before I saw him again. Just lost touch. You know how like these people started moving out the neighborhoods or whatever. That's how that went. And yeah, people lost touch. But I saw him one time. I was in the suburbs, and I think I was going to my cousin's house, and past him, I was like, "Look at Slick Rick." I was in the car with my cousin. She was like, "Who is that?" I was like, and then I had to break it down to her. Anyway, she was like, "You want to stop?" Hell no. Nope, sure don't. You want to stop and say something to him? Absolutely not. You know. So we rode on past him or whatever, and then I didn't see him again until my mommy's service. He came, and that, I hadn't seen him in I don't even know how long yet. That it was a lot of years. So we decided we was gonna try this again. Now, at that I'm young at this point, so I'm not like how people say when you done with somebody be done, don't backtrack. Yeah, that was the first and only time that I did. And was I sorry? Okay, I definitely didn't appreciate that. He had too much going on. He was doing too much. But in the beginning, it seemed like, it could have been something. Again, we were spending a lot of time together. I was always over there. He was on house arrest, so I'm always over there. Now, he want to be with me so bad. Now he passed. I mean, my mommy passed. Then my granny passed 3 weeks after her. So he ended up moving in with me. We talked about it, got the process going, this, that, and the third, and all of that. But see, he wasn't even right with that. And I told him, I don't need you here. Okay? I can do this by myself. I do not need you here. And he was, "Well, I really want to be with you," and this, that, and the third. the backtracking. Whew. Anywho, so I told him, listen, we always together anyway. We may as well be together in one household. So he ended up. We had some conversation, and I told him, listen. He was like, I want to pay half the rent and this, that, and the third. I want to make sure I'm doing my part and make sure I'm good to you and all this nonsense, because that's what it was. And I told him, okay, well, if that's what you want, that's how it's gonna be. And you have one time to not pay your portion of the rent, okay? And my apartment wasn't expensive at all. I had 2 bedrooms and it was $550. Okay, you can't beat that. But anywho, that's a whole nother story. So he came, and now you've been here for a month now. He was coming home from work. They gave him time enough to go to work. He had whatever time to whatever time before he had to be in the house. So every day, you're on time like clockwork. This particular night, he gonna say, I'm calling him. I'm like, now he know he's supposed to been here by now. And I'm like, because his curfew is almost up. I don't want these people coming knocking on my damn door or ringing my bell looking for this fucker. Okay? And I called him. I'm like, you know you don't have a lot of time before you got to be in. So he said that he ended up calling and he got an extension. I think it was like an hour or two, whatever. And then, but my thing was, how come I didn't know about it? Okay? You coming home, and you want to explain to me then. And he said he took on a couple extra clients, and that's why he needed the extra time. He's a barber. Okay. Anywho, I'm gonna end this right here, and it's definitely gonna be a part 2 to this because it's not over. I'm gonna pick it up where I left off at. But y'all have an amazing day. Be safe, okay? And I will see y'all on the next vlog. Bye.